This is a unique thing that I'm going to present today, that if you think about this, holy cow, you're probably under the control of one or two, probably two, of these consciousness quantum field control mechanisms that humans use. There's two of them. Yeah, you're gonna love this. But there's a third space that has to do with your control and your powers and how we're going to shift into them. We're doing it now. This year, 2025, 2026, is going to be big transition years for those people who dare to step into this space and realize it's real stuff. I'm going to explain the two spaces, find out if maybe you are under one of these or both, and how you can step into something that is going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. I am here to help empower you in every area of your life. So usually we talk about the spiritual space, the mindset, the awakening, and then we live lives out there that are destructive. We have to bring that spirituality into every area of our lives. So that's why I have two different trainings. You can get free emails and videos and webinars down in my description. One has to do with, what am I doing for a living? The other one is, what's my thinking that's holding me back from doing some amazing things? So we have to start with that. Now I'm going to talk today about what that is. What's happening that keeps you from going after your dreams, for changing your life, from breaking habits? What got you there in the first place? Oh, you're going to love this, because it's really not your fault. All right, so I'm going to have my, oh my gosh, I'll show this to you. I'll show a picture. I'm not an affiliate of this, but I actually switched from coffee to mud water. If you guys want a discount, I've got it down in the description. But yeah, I've changed a lot of things. And no headaches, no nothing to get off of this. This whole transition, we have to wean ourselves off of the addictions of what I'm going to tell you here right now. And it's physical, it's in every area of your life. Because there are two control mechanisms happening. One is the conscious control mechanism. The second one is the unconscious control mechanism. Both equate to, contribute to, disempowerment of your capabilities. So disempowerment is not something they do to you, it's you choosing it. But you're choosing it through an unknown tactic that you believe. And once you believe it, you disempower yourself. Nobody else can do that to you. So I want to get this really straight. You are totally in control of everything all the time. Nobody can steal your energy or whatever. Now, I've had people tell me that they go into dark places or dark entities come in. That's still an energy field within you that may be connecting to that. And so that's something you have to work on here and ask yourself, what is that energy field that I need to clear up? It's not that. I'm tuning into that. And then once it comes in, it steps in and tries things, it still doesn't have power over you. So you have to go into an empowerment space and say, bye-bye, not welcome here, and it will leave. You have free will. All of you who deal with these things and think something else is attacking you, we're going to nail that today. The conscious disempowerment tactic is those, especially those in power, with great wealth, not using it in a community-minded way, but for service to self. Let's just say service to self up here. And they are absolutely in a lower frequency, but they're conscious of what they're doing. And they're conscious of their actions, and they're conscious of how it's affecting you. And they're conscious that you hold great power, and that if you were to use it, their world would change. So the conscious entities, humans on this planet, are purposely doing things to get you to choose beliefs and actions with your free will that suits how they want life to be, keeping them here and you down here. That's conscious control, all right? Conscious disempowerment. They're purposely keeping you unhealthy, thinking you have to pop a whatever every half hour to be okay, and that you have to prevent all these things that might happen in the future because they've got you in fear. So you do all things, you do certain things to your body to make that happen, and of course everybody else benefits from that. They put things in front of you and fire that brain to think that, oh my gosh, I need that piece of pizza with cheese coming off and hanging off. I actually see those commercials and it makes me sick. But we are conditioned to, oh, that's good because we're addicted. So the addiction takes place. So thus we become these unhealthy, disempowered, purchasing all the things that destroy the planet, told it's okay. We give it to our kids, and then we're controlled by thinking that our kids now have to have certain things. We buy our kids plastic toys to make them happy because they think they have to have it. Where did they think they have to have it? They're programmed too, in the conscious programming, disempowerment. Now, that's conscious on their part, and we are unconsciously making choices. We're believing things because that's the world we know, and that's the only world we see, because we have not been introduced to service to others, because we don't get hit with that here. Right? That people don't benefit in the same way. They don't benefit from the power and the attention and the money. They can get money, the higher intentions, the higher frequency intentions, absolutely. But they're using it in positive, wonderful ways, and they don't put it out there in front of your face like, gold-plated faucets and cars. And whenever you see somebody saying, I have a check for this, or stand in front of a car, and today this is why I make $50,000 a month, and run. Anything that is service to self and all money driven, to think that that's going to be your happiness, it will fail because it's a lower frequency and you can't keep that up. And this is why I created Digital Explorers, those of you guys who have gone into the free webinar. Why? Because whatever you do, if you don't love it and feel good about it, it's causing a low frequency in you illness. A lot of my students have come to me, they're not well because they were working in jobs that felt horrible, they weren't treated well. This is the world you are in, the conscious disempowerment. The second one is the unconscious disempowerment. These are the people who are programmed, and they believe so strongly in what they do. It's probably religion, politics. You'll know them because they argue their point. They feel that they have to argue. Why? Because they believe that what they believe is true and that you need to believe it. They're so programmed that they think everybody should believe what they do, and the minute you don't agree with them, they will argue. They go into a battle, into conflict. So their world is threatened that if you don't believe what they do, or you didn't vote for who they did, they don't believe in free will choice and respect that. And so therefore, they're in their own little controlled world that was dictated to them by the conscious disempowerment. Now, stay with me here. The unconscious disempowered tactics are, you need to come into my cult world where I believe this. They're unconsciously doing that because they don't even realize they've been programmed. They want you to stay in their world because as long as you are sick or disempowered, or separating yourself from other people, or supporting certain groups or cults, or separation mostly, judging, a lot of judgment. If you're in their group, they feel safe in their disempowerment. They want you to come into, but they're unconscious. They don't even know why they're doing it. They're just programmed by the conscious disempowered groups. Is this cool or what? All right, so the two groups rule the planet. we're breaking away. It sounds like a prison planet, doesn't it? But it's absolutely total free will, and we've got to stop thinking that it's a prison planet. That's another programming. So there are those programming. There's unconscious programmers on YouTube telling you these stories about reptilians and evil and all this crazy ass stuff, okay? Just craziness. And so they put you in fear. That's fear-based disempowerment. So as long as you stay there, what do they get from it? They get you to adore them, to believe them, to follow them. It's cult-like, all right? And so it disempowers everybody, and that they are the authority. That's why I said watch channelers and all these people. Even if they're telling you good things, no one, you should follow no one like they have all the answers. No one, right? Question me. Well, you guys do question me. That's okay. But you don't have to believe in what I do, and we don't have to argue about it. You're in the basement, all right? We need to make it up to the penthouse where it's beautiful and everybody is working together with their differences to create a more powerful, cohesive community. That's when we realize, holy cow, the differences are what make us so powerful. Because we all have different skills and all kinds of things that come together in a puzzle with every unique piece. You know, we're not just a bunch of squares. We are unique pieces, and one piece missing is an incomplete picture of that puzzle. And that's you. So if you're kicking somebody out of the puzzle because they're different, then you are disempowering yourself. Because now you are living in a incomplete puzzle piece. That's our little facade here that we're creating, the little matrix we have here. You're creating this disconnected picture because you won't let that puzzle piece come in because it's different, yet you're different. Got to get over here. What is this? You got to shut this down and shut this down. And look at it. Now, if I sent you into the insane asylum, I'm talking like people that are seriously gone from the brain. They're actually not so crazy after all. Let's say I went in there. Would you sit and try and have a normal conversation with somebody and try to have discussions? And no. Well, that's what you're trying to do over here. And they're all arguing with each other. So these guys love it because these guys down here are taking their programming and then arguing with each other. They never become organized. They're still service to self, but they're disempowered in that. These guys are at least in power. They have the money and the control. They love it. This conscious disempowerment. These guys are doing all. They're buying our stuff. We're told what we're telling them what to do. Yeah, here's the next. They control completely everything, including what we purchase, but we're still purchasing it. We can put all those businesses that destroy our planet out of business, and they'll still make more money because we're going to force them to come up with healthier options. I refuse to buy all that stuff. I will no longer purchasing. By the way, I see a lot of stuff and I'm like, oh, it's in plastic. I can't do it. All right? You got to make some big decisions. So when you step out of the conscious control, disempowerment, you stop believing it. If it causes separation, judgment, right and wrong, it is of a lower frequency. Down here, people want you to join their club because it reinforces that they're okay, and they know they're not. Deep down, their conscious self knows they're not okay. So they're always not feeling very stable or good because they're living in that world that doesn't feel right. Okay? But the more people that join them, the more it reinforces that they're okay. You know what I'm talking about. And you might be doing this. You know? What happens when that person, a friend of mine just said, she went into an awakened state, she completely changed her life. And we have a mutual friend that pretty much has nothing to do with her. And I said, what are you worried about? That is somebody who loved you because you were who they wanted you to be. And as soon as you change, which changed into something really lovely, it wasn't like she changed and did something horrible. I said, you were not accepted. So are you concerned about that? I'm not. And I've told you guys, step away doesn't mean you're rejecting somebody. It means that you're no longer in that frequency, so you don't try and change it. So you say, well, I need to stay with them because I'm a spiritual person. I said, no, you don't. You are an enabler. You're just, and probably making them feel like they're wrong, you know, because like you're this awakened person. Step away. And then if they want to tune into your station, they can. But you're not here to change somebody or punish them. You have to step away from the conscious and unconscious disempowerment. You have to step, and this is the era, this is the golden era. So I told you there is a time period called the cleanup. The cleanup is then I have to get my body off of all this crap. I have to stop bad habits. I have to correct some things, and it might be tough because we're in a toxic world, so you physically might have some things going on. You know, who knows if you'll ever clean those up, but you got to do your best. Mentally, you've got to change your thoughts and direct them toward peace and love and compassion. You've got to think before you speak. You guys saw my 3 seconds to manifest anything. You can take any thought and within 3 seconds switch it over to something great, but you have to be conscious. And consciousness means I'm able to correct, I catch it. You got to catch it first. You have to be aware. That's consciousness, that I'm even thinking those thoughts all day because I've been disempowered over here and programmed by the conscious disempowerment. All right, so now I'm programmed. So what am I doing that's still triggering those programs? Shut them down. So you want to watch a nice little, I watch a lot of design programs, you know, they design interiors or clothing. I like singing and, you know, so creative stuff. But then these commercials come on and I mute them. And I step away, all right? So you have to protect yourself from a world that is not going to go away because we're all here together. That's part of the whole thing, is to be here together. It's not like, oh, I shouldn't be here with these evil people. No, we're all equal, okay? We're just making different choices. So the more you step away, the more you now contribute to the higher frequency that shifts the entire program. We're a program. And it's changing in every split second. Well, there's no such thing as time. It's not even a second. It's changing. So every time you make a higher decision, the whole program gears up and up and up. And that's the golden era. And that's the shift. And it is accelerating. So the more of us that go into this, we're stepping away and going, that was all self-created. Nobody did that. There's no devil making me do something. There's no person that's sucking my energy vampires. Did you remember those? Those are the dumbest videos I ever saw. Energy vampires. Come on. What energy cannot be created nor destroyed? You can't shift it from one place to another unless you participate in it. Then you can, because you are able to create anything. So if you decide that your energy has been sucked by somebody, then it is. Can energies affect you? Yes, of course it can. So that's another video altogether. But you still hold equal power, and you can still control things that are going on, because the higher frequency, there is no darkness in a room full of light. You cannot bring darkness into light. You can bring light into a dark room and change it, right? That's all you're doing. So shine the higher you tune up that light, everything you're doing, I want you to think twice about it. Everything, the programming that you think you have to do certain things. Like even in my business training, I tell people, you need to understand that this is not going to be easy, and that successful people know that, and they stay with it. And guess what happens to everybody else? 90%. They fail and quit. And the empowered consciousness loves that. Spend your money on all this stuff that we promise you're going to get. Make money, make money. And then they get more money, right? They get wealthier. They know that it's difficult. And it's not that they necessarily want you to fail, but they know you probably will, because they're not doing anything to help you get out of that mindset that self-sabotages, that doesn't think they're worthy and all this other stuff. So you have to shift into a different mindset, the one over here, that breaks away from that and knows you're capable of anything. All right, do that in business, because guess what? We don't want to be the conscious disempowerment. We don't want to control people to get them to buy our stuff just for money's sake. We want to change the planet. We want to change it here first. So I hope this makes sense to you, So think about what you're hearing out there with news, everything. There's always a spin on it, and it's always controlled by somebody. It's always controlled by conscious disempowerment, always. They might want to get to you, to your heartstrings or whatever, which is fine, but take a real good look at what you're listening to, the energy you're bringing in, and it's all you tuning in. So when you step over here, you have a clean slate. You're an equal, powerful creator. Ye are all gods, these things you shall do and more. What do you want to create? Start with that. You know, I teach my business students, we start with that. We start our business that way. They're like, what? Okay. Not like, here's how you build a business. No, we become business. I train people on how to be real business people. But we start with, and that includes your business, your relationships, your body. You start with the highest level of integrity, right? The highest frequency. Is it doing any damage to myself and others? Is this unnatural? Is it a controlled world that I'm making these decisions in? Or do I know that I actually have the power to do anything? Heal yourself. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do this, but I do suggest you delve into it and explore it, because you just might be the person that can shift into that mindset, get out of the wiring, and go into the space and realize, wait a minute, I don't receive what I want. I receive what I am. Neville Goddard, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. Know that it is done, the Bible. Know that it is done. Not like pray and you will receive. No, know it's done. I want it. You've seen it over here, right? This is disempowerment. It's over there. It's always something over there, and I'll give you money to make me rich. Oh, I'll go. No. Step outside of it. You hold power. You hold power. And then we, as service to others, expand that power greater. That's why prayer works. Of course it does, with good intentions. We don't want prayer to get something to take away from somebody else. We want to do it to just give and take us into something beautiful, and you can do that. So, are you listening to either one of these? Everybody has this one in their life for sure. You may have broken away from this one, probably not. You're being affected, and you say, well, that's my family, I can't walk away. Yeah, that's okay. You listen, you observe. My breakthrough fear training, I always say, just one of the steps we do, and I'm putting those, I have some free stuff for you guys, the free inspiration you see down there. I'm rebuilding that whole training program. I want to help you get through the steps, and how do you get past it? Go ahead and feel it. You don't fight your feelings, because that's programming. Don't deny it. Just observe it. Observe. Oh, I'm feeling that. Oh, I'm getting angry. And before you open your mouth, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's what my dad said. Did you love today? I got that download this morning and went, this is super cool, I have to share. And no, I didn't have to channel it. Oh man, I just saw a scientist. It was super cool. And then he's supposedly getting information from Arcturians and the blues and whatever. And I went, okay, I'm okay with that. He's getting downloads. And then he was asking in an interview, oh, well, asking some questions. And he went into channeling, and it didn't sound good. And he was and I was like, what is he even saying? I went, oh man, I don't want to judge him for that, but I just believe that he lost me, because my personal opinion is he was getting downloads. Why did he have to go into some, oh, and hide you, oh, dear ones, and oh, please. Well, that's just my opinion. And it's fun, right? This should be fun, not a argument. So you ready for that? Lots of free stuff in the description. If you want to buy anything from companies that are creating a wonderful planet, I have choices down there and discounts for non-toxic, non-plastic, no animals harmed. Everything that I use, it's all in my place now. From my dishwasher to my clothes to how I scrub my sinks with baking soda, We got to do it. And by the way, it works just as well, and it feels clean and healthy. All this stuff's going in your body. Don't do it. You can do this. The world is lining you up for this. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Where is my subscribe? I think it's on the left-hand side. Wherever. I hope you'll subscribe and share my videos. Namaste.